Alright, imagine this. You're in a race. You see everyone zooming ahead where some people are cutting corners, shoving others out of the way, and doing whatever it takes to win. Meanwhile, you're in the back, taking your time, being kind to others, cheering them on, helping them when they trip, and always being that person who does the right thing. But as you watch, you notice something that you're still at the back while everyone else seems to be passing you by. Ever felt that way? It's frustrating, right? The harder you try to be nice, the faster others rush ahead. Perhaps you've been the member of the group who remains silent, who does all the work without saying a word, only to have someone more aggressive take all the credit. Or perhaps you're that kid at school who takes it upon him or herself to help everyone, but it feels like no one ever appreciates it, except of course to ask you to help them with something. So what's the deal? Why does it feel like nice people finish last? Why does it seem like the bad guys always win in the short term? Well, let's dive deep into this and figure it out together. Maybe we'll even change the way you see kindness and success. Let me talk about the myth. You've heard it all before, like nice guys finish last, right? It's one of those groups that is thrown around as if it is a fact of life. You may have heard the saying, if you're too nice, people will walk all over you. And then that selfish person, the one who just steps over everyone to get a little further, and they're the ones who get the attention and the praise. It seems unfair, doesn't it? But here's the thing. The idea that nice people finish last is a myth. It's not always true, even though it can feel that way sometimes. Think about this. What if you were building a house? Sure, you could rush through it, cutting corners and using bad materials. But what happens when a storm comes? That house might fall apart, right? On the other hand, if you take your time, use solid materials, and make sure everything is right, that house will last much longer. Nice people are like the builders who take their time. They might not always finish first, but when the storm of life comes, they've built something strong. So, yes, sometimes nice people might feel like they're behind, but they're actually building something that lasts, while others might be running on shaky ground. Have you ever seen someone cut in line and get ahead while you're waiting patiently? How did that make you feel? Did it feel unfair? Now let's talk about why it feels like nice people are always falling behind. Have you ever watched someone who's selfish or manipulative, but they somehow always get ahead? Maybe they walk all over people to get what they want, and it seems like they never face any consequences for their actions. Meanwhile, you're out here doing the right thing, helping others, and it feels like no one notices. It's tough, right? You might even think to yourself, why should I even bother to be nice if people are getting ahead by being rude or selfish? It's a question as old as time. Why do bad things happen to good people? But here's the hard truth. Those who are selfish and pushy may get ahead in the short term, but they don't build trust or loyalty. People notice when someone is only out for themselves. Sure, they might win a race or grab a promotion, but the question is, will they still have friends? Will they still have support when things get tough? In the long run, nice people, those who build trust, relationships, and help others, will be the ones with a solid foundation. They might not always get ahead quickly, but they will be there for the long haul. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone act rudely to others to get ahead, and then later realize they have no one to turn to? Do you think they'll be successful in the long term? And here, the power of being nice. Let's shift gears and talk about why being nice is actually your secret superpower. You might think that nice people are weak, or that kindness is a sign of being passive, but in reality, being nice is one of the strongest things you can do. Think about this. Like when you're nice, you build trust. People will come to you for help because they know you're not going to judge them. And that trust, it's everything. It's the glue that holds relationships together. In a world where everyone is trying to climb over each other to get ahead, the person who is genuinely kind will stand out. Not only that, but they'll have people who will support them when times get tough. Sometimes, nice people may not be the loudest voices, but they're the people who are really building community, who are making a difference that lasts. Actually, kindness can unlock more doors than you realize. Have you ever been the person who helped someone in need, and later they turned around and did something amazing for you? Have you noticed how kindness has a way of coming back around when you least expect it? But hold on a second. Let's not get carried away. There's one important thing we need to talk about. Can you be too nice? It might sound strange, but yes, it's possible to be too nice. When you're too nice, you might also find yourself saying yes to everything, that even when it's harmfully impacting you. You may have put everyone's needs before your own, which can lead to burnout. You will eventually feel worn out, depleted, and even resentful if you're always there to support others. Yet never seek support yourself. Being nice isn't about saying yes to everything. It's about knowing when to help and when to take care of yourself. You don't have to be the person who does everything for everyone. Saying no is just as important as saying yes. Here's a question for you. Have you ever felt like you were being taken advantage of because you were too nice? Have you ever said yes to something, even when you didn't want to, just to make others happy? So here's the big secret. Nice people don't finish last. They just take a different route. Their journey may be slower, but it's stronger and more sustainable in the end. Nice people are the ones who build lasting relationships. They're the ones who generate trust, respect, loyalty, and those things matter so much more than any temporary success. You know, people who crawl their way to the finish line by stepping on others to get there might arrive there more quickly, but they burn bridges along the way. Nice people are the ones who check in to make sure everyone is all right along the way. Think about this. Have you noticed how so many of the nicest people around you have been loved, supported, received love? They're not the loudest or the fastest, but they've got each other. Real people who stand by them no matter what. So, nice people are playing the long game. They're not looking for instant success. They're looking for true, meaningful success that lasts. So here's the big question for you. Do you think being nice is worth it, even if it feels like others are getting ahead? Or do you feel like nice people always finish last? What's your take on kindness and success? Let me know in the comments below. Tell us what you think. Have you ever felt like being nice hasn't worked in your favor? Or do you think kindness will be rewarded in the end? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to dive deeper into more topics like this. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and keep being the awesome person you are.